Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy, and I am an ordained minister. We are in Bible study, and we are in the NIV. We are in the book of Numbers, and we are in chapter 22. Balak summons Balaam. Then the Israelites traveled to the plains of Moab and camped along the Jordan across from the Jericho. Hebrew Jordan of Jericho, possibly an ancient name for the Jordan River. Yes, I do believe that. Now Balak, son of Zippor, Zippor, saw all that the Israelites had done to the Amorites, and Moab was terrified because there were so many people. Indeed, Moab was filled with dread because of the Israelites. Because remember, 1 million people. So if the Moabites only had so many people and they weren't as mighty, I could see why they might be afraid. The Moabites said to the elders of Midian, Midian, "This horde is going to lick up everything around us, as an ox licks up the grass of the field." So Balak, son of Zippor, who was the king of Moab at the time, sent messengers to summon Balaam, son of Beor, Beor, who was at Pethor, Pethor, near the river. And then B, that is the Euphrates, in his native land. Balak said, "A people has come out of Egypt. They cover the face of the land and have settled next to me. Now come and put a curse on these people, because they are too powerful for me. Perhaps then I will be able to defeat them and drive them out of the country. For I know that those you bless are blessed, and those you curse are cursed." Now, we're going to have an interesting interaction here. So again, Moabites, children of Esau, also covered. Okay? Jacob and Esau were brothers. So, like, his father, these people's, ancestors' God is the same God. It's the living God. It's God, the God. Okay? So this is sort of where you're not paying attention to what you were taught. The elders of Moab and Midian left, taking with them the fee for divination. When they came to Balaam, they told him what Balak had said. "Spend the night here," Balaam said to them, "and I will bring you back the answer the Lord gives me." Okay? And he does mean the Lord. Like an anarchist or Christian. Jesus is the Lord. But the Lord, our God, the living God, God the Father, that Lord. At the time that we're here, the only Lord, because Jesus will not be born for quite a long time. So the Moabite princes stayed with him. God came to Balaam and asked, "Who are these men with you?" So just stop for a second. Not some other name, not some other deity, not some other stuff. That Balaam has got a communication directly with God in a similar way that Moses or Aaron or Miriam or any, like, maybe not as strong as Moses, but of a similar type. So he's mentally, as of this moment, he's a prophet of the Lord because he can hear him. God talks to him directly. Balaam said to God, "Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, sent me this message. A people has come out of Egypt, covers the face of the land. Now come out and put a curse on them. Perhaps then I will be able to drive them, fight them, and drive them away." But God said to Balaam, "Do not go with them. You must not put a curse on those people because they are blessed." Okay? Then the next morning, Balaam got up and said to Balak's princes, "Go back to your own country, for the Lord has refused to let me go with you. So it's like, okay, good boy. So the Moabite princes returned to Balak and said, Balaam refused to go with us. Then Balak sent out other princes, more numerous and more distinguished than the first. They came to Balaam and said, this is what Balak, son of Zippor, says. Do not let anything keep you from coming to me, because I will reward you handsomely and do whatever you say. Come and put a curse on these people. But Balaam answered him, even if Balak gave me his palace filled with silver and gold, I could not do anything great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord my God. So again, good boy. Now stay here tonight as the others did, and I will find out what else the Lord will tell me. That night God came to Balaam and said, since these men have come to summons you, go with them, but do only what I tell you. Balaam's donkey. Balaam got up in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the princes to Moab. But God was very angry when he went. So it's sort of like, but he said, didn't he just say you can go with them? Yes, but the other one, he told them they couldn't go with them. And it's like, it doesn't matter if they come back and ask again. He was supposed to send him away. Think of it as like a test. But God was very angry when he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the road to oppose him. Balaam was riding on his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand, she turned off the road and into a field. Balaam beat her to get her back onto the road. Poor donkey. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path between 2 vineyards with a wall on both sides. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pressed close to the wall, crushing Balaam's foot against it, because she's trying to move around the angel. This is a poor donkey. So he beat her again, of course, because she crushed his foot. Then the angel of the Lord moved on ahead and stood in a narrow place where there was no room to turn either right or left. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she laid down under Balaam, and he was angry and beat her with his staff. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and she said to Balaam, what have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times? It's like, dude, what's your problem? Balaam answered the donkey, you have made a fool of me. If I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now. So think about this. He has to be so angry in his hitting of this donkey that the donkey starts talking to him, and he doesn't stop and go, did that donkey just talk? I don't know about you, but my first reaction would be, did that donkey just, wait a minute, who said that? And I'd start be looking for some kind of answer. But his answer is, you have made a fool of me. The donkey said to Balaam, am I not your own donkey, which you have always ridden to this day? Have I been in the habit of doing this to you? No, he said. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes. The donkey could see what Balaam couldn't. So your perception that sometimes animals can see what we can't. Valid, at least according to this passage of the Bible. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with his sword drawn. So he bowed low and fell face down. The angel of the Lord asked, why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I have come here to oppose you because your path is a reckless one before me. The meaning for this in Hebrew for this clause is uncertain. Okay. The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. So the angel's advocating for the donkey. Why did you beat this animal? If she had not turned away, I would have certainly killed you by now. But I would have spared her. I would have killed you, but I would have kept the donkey safe. Not the donkey's fault that you're not listening. Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned. I did not realize you were standing in the road to oppose me. Now, if you are displeased, I will go back. The angel of the Lord said to Balaam, go with the men, but speak only what I tell you. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. When Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the Moabite town on the Arnon border, at the edge of his territory. Balak said to Balaam, did I not send you an urgent summons? Why didn't you come to me? Am I not really able to reward you? Well, I have come to you now, Balaam replied. But can I say just anything? I must only speak what God puts in my mouth. And that's very consistent with the prophet of the Lord kind of attitude. And I do like how I feel almost like maybe Balaam used to be able to see the angels, because the angels certainly seemed to think that Balaam should be able to see it and couldn't understand. Right? And they got mad for the donkey. Then Balaam went with Balak to Kirath Huzoth. So Kirath Balak sacrificed cattle and sheep, and then gave some to Balaam and the princes who were with him. The next morning, Balak took Balaam up Bamoth Baal, or Bamoth Baal. Just not so fantastic. Bamoth. Baal. Baal. Okay. Baal is, well, actually, what it means is Lord in one of the languages, but it's also a name in the Old Testament that gets used a lot to refer to a particular, like, a demon. Like there's a demon couple, Baal and Ashtoreth. They require you to put your children over the fire. And the Lord is not happy with them. And from there, he saw part of the people. So now we've got Balaam up on this rock, or this hilltop on this Moabite area. Remember, Moabites also covered under the blessing of Abraham. And he's looking down on the people. But he can't say anything except what the angel of the Lord tells him, or he'll die. So, no pressure or anything. Until the next video, friends.